Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this information session on the McMillan Innovation Studio. I'm excited to be here today. My name is Justin Urso, and I serve as the director here at the McMillan Innovation Studio. And I'm joined with my colleagues and our associate director, Jessica Andrews, and our instructional designer, Jose Cartagena Ortiz. We're excited to be here and provide a little bit of background on the McMillan Innovation Studio and share some of the work that we're doing and hopefully provide some information that might inspire some new mentors and sponsors to be part of this really great space on campus here at the University of Arkansas. So who are we? We are part of the Innovation Hub within the Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation here at the University of Arkansas here on campus. We are located in the Harmon Garage across from the Walton College of Business on campus. And we serve as an interdisciplinary space for all students across campus to come together to work on problem solving, express their creative curiosity. And ultimately, our mission is to develop future leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators by cultivating their creative mindset and connecting them to opportunities with the goal of making a real world impact. And we're excited to be a cross functional, interdisciplinary space doing that every day by the work that we do here on the campus at the University of Arkansas. Our journey has been long, it's been varied in different ways, but since 2018, it's been very consistent and very powerful. In 2016, our journey started from a gift from Doug and Shelley McMillon, really with the focus on being a retail tech and innovation lab during that time. We were working with early stage technologies, things like scanning technologies, last mile delivery services, and we were engaging students across campus in a little bit of a smaller capacity. A few years later, with a renewed focus from a new leader that had done some work with IDEO in California, we brought together a design teams program that really started the foundation of our work today. And that became the precipice of what we offer, which is human-centered design education, project management education, and product management education. Students would come in, they would form design teams, and they would really work on real-world problems that were facilitated by university problems. And they would work on teams bringing those problems together, identifying those problems, and ultimately identifying a solution. And that would culminate at the end of the semester in a demo day event. In 2020, Doug and Shelley McMillan renewed their interest in the studio by gifting another $1 million, which became directed towards helping produce product management talent outside of the university. A few years later, we would initiate and launch our product teams program, which we'll hear more about in a little bit. And then in 2023, we formed a small partnership with the Alice Walton Family Foundation to ignite our social impact innovation teams program that launched in 2023. Most recently, in 2023 as well, we launched our Masters of Science and Product Innovation program, the newest master's program here at the University of Arkansas, directing students through a 1 to 2 year program, ultimately providing them training in the product management space to help them become future product leaders or product innovators within various degrees. Maybe it's an entrepreneurial journey or it's working inside an organization. We always like to lead with this. We are a student first space. We always like to share our values, which consist of the fact that diversity drives innovation. Diversity means a lot of things to us. One of the biggest things is that providing various degrees of opinions and experience on teams can create change in a meaningful way and ultimately lead to a real world impact. The students that we bring into the studio, we love to say all have an active curiosity. They're not only interested in changing the world, they're interested in changing themselves. And a lot of times they find themselves within the studio. They find people that are like-minded like them. They create relationships, they expand their network, and ultimately the work that they do leads to an impact that might be changing their career forever. The third thing is to start with empathy. This is at the forefront of how we teach human-centered design. We always envision ourselves putting ourselves into other people's shoes, working to understand the problems that other people are facing versus just ourselves, and really being empathetic to the nature of things around us. We prototype and we test a lot. This is a big facet of the success within the students' projects within the studio. Some things don't work, and when they don't, we have to embrace those opportunities. And that's why we say embrace failure. It's not to say we live with failure, we're okay with it. We embrace it, we learn from it, and we move on, and we make the next thing we do even more successful. The students that have had an impact in the studio, we find every semester have an opportunity to go on and create for themselves. Raquel Thompson was a student that participated in the studio several years ago, and this is a great quote from her. "The studio makes me believe in myself and my ability to be a leader." Raquel, after graduating from the University of Arkansas, went on to start a record label here in Northwest Arkansas and has had a lot of different degrees of success. And we're proud to have been a space for her to find her creative self and to ultimately lead to her journey within the entrepreneurial space. The makeup of students at the University of Arkansas here and the McMillon Innovation Studio varies in different degrees. You'll see a focus on the freshman and sophomore classes here within the studio, which was a change that we instituted in the last couple of years, opening it up to more students, really engaging them earlier on in their career so that it opens up additional opportunities within our Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, which has a multitude of programs, including internship programs, learning and development opportunities, and also additional resources for maybe startups that they might be focused on or new entrepreneurial endeavors that they are engaging in. Juniors make up about 25% of our student population, and 15% of our population is made up by seniors. A lot of interdisciplinary focus is also built into the fact that we are not just serving students in the business college, which make up about 49% of our students, but also 37% of our students in the College of Engineering, and 14% of our students come from the Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences. This year, in the fall of 2024, we will be expanding a lot of our work to other colleges across campus, offering various degrees of interdisciplinary programs that will bring a multitude of students together outside of our design teams programs and our product teams programs that we're really proud to share with you, hopefully later in this next semester. This last semester was a record year for us, or the last year was a record year for us. We engaged a total of 48 teams. Those teams have come in the form of design teams and product teams within the studio, but also teams that have been formed within various curriculum opportunities that we now offer inside the strategy, entrepreneurship, and venture innovation department within the Walton College of Business. Danny Solomon was a student in the studio several years ago. After she graduated from the University of Arkansas, she moved to Chicago to take a job at McDonald's. After several years of working and building innovation within McDonald's, she's now a product leader at Bain Capital. And we couldn't be more proud of Danny's progress. And I won't read this quote, but it's here to read if you'd like to learn about Danny and connect with her in the future as well. We talked about active curiosity as one of our values. Ultimately, what we're training students to do here in the studio is to be a problem solver. We believe that starting with the problem is at the forefront of every great solution and innovation. And even if a student is interested in entrepreneurship, we know that for that to succeed, they're going to need to be solving problems from more than just one person themselves. It's going to need to be problems that are solved for a larger degree of people. So be open to discovery. Customer discovery is one of the processes that we teach in human-centered design that we lead with, and we put a large amount of time against every day and every week. Spend time with users. As part of that customer discovery process, it's important that we start with empathy, that we understand the users, that we just don't assume we know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they're doing. And ultimately, that leads to changing our own frame of reference sometimes. We might see things in a different light than what we saw before. Our assumptions are challenged, and that leads us to ask, why? Why is this happening? Why does this problem exist? How many people are exposed to this problem? And how might we provide a solution for that problem? Jose Torres, one of our most proud students at the University of Arkansas in the McMillon Studio, just graduated this last semester. Jose is a prime example of a student that came into the studio not necessarily knowing what path was in front of him here at the university, but he created his own path, and we're proud to have been part of that. He was a participant in several design teams projects. He was a leader in the studio as a studio manager at one point. He was a participant in the Office of Entrepreneurship's Venture Intern program. And many of these opportunities excelled him to what we know will happen in the future, which is Jose is going to make a lasting impact on a lot of different areas for us in the future. As I mentioned, our approach is led by human-centered design. We use this problem-focused methodology to tackle every problem that every organization we engage with comes into play. We utilize a project management platform within the studio, teaching students how to do sprints, an agile focused methodology, how to engage in cross-functional teams, and ultimately that prepares them for a successful career in project management, product management, and any organization within the future. And part of our product teams program, we teach product management as a philosophy, as a foundation, how to teach students how to lead and develop cross-functional teams, how to take products from what we call a 0 to 1 philosophy, how to scale them, how to get to market, how to build product requirement documents, and ultimately how to lead successful product teams. All of these come in the form of the studio through our design teams and our product teams program. But this is not the only thing that we do offer. One of the best ways to engage in the studio and the great entry points to engage in the studio is through our design teams program. Most companies that we work with start here. They come to us with a problem. Sometimes that problem might be something that they already have a solution in mind for. We always say that that's not the best way to start. We want to have a high degree of vagueness and ambiguity in that problem. We want to be able to take it and explore what the opportunities might exist from that. So they form a how might we? How might we solve this particular problem? Do we have an end user in mind? Is there somebody we can engage with your problem that we can learn from and work how to solve that? Through about 12 to 16 weeks over the course of a semester, our associate director, Jessica, leads these students through this design teams process. And at the end of it, we hope that they've achieved a goal of identifying a solution that is viable. And a lot of times when those solutions have viability or commercialization opportunity, we invite them into our product teams program, where we will take that one step further. A product team will be formed. They'll be able to work with development opportunities. They'll be able to test. They'll be able to build those product requirement documents, understand the user journey, and ultimately try to find an opportunity to get that to market. Sometimes going to market just doesn't mean starting a new company. It means actually taking that product, instituting in an organization that we might be working with, creating innovation from within, more of an entrepreneurial environment than just an entrepreneurial one. And we're a proud space to be able to provide that within the McMillon Innovation Studio. The third thing that we offer within this space is entrepreneurship and innovation curriculum. Over the last couple of years, we've developed several different courses within the SEVI department, Strategy, Entrepreneurship, and Venture Innovation within the Walton College of Business. And today, we're still developing new programs for cross-collaboration efforts across various colleges here on the campus at the University of Arkansas. And lastly, but not leastly, led by Jose, is our Entrepreneurship and Innovation Learning and Development programs and workshops. These opportunities provide spaces and places and learnings for students to be able to learn new things that might be outside of actual academic and curriculum that exists at the university, things that might be at the forefront of the next job or the next career path that somebody might take, get them in front and expose them to additional networking opportunities that might help their career down the line. All of these are experiential learning opportunities that connect students in various ways to provide them opportunities for the future. How does a student get involved and why do they participate in the McMillon Innovation Studio? The McMillion Innovation Studio is a volunteer program within the University of Arkansas campus. Students apply to become part of the McMillion Innovation Studio. Once they've been accepted, they're then tasked with joining a design teams. Those go through an interview process. Not every student gets on a design team or a product team, but we work to accommodate everybody that we can. Once the student has been on a design team, they can apply to become a project manager. That position is a paid position for them, which functions like an internship. For these students, they can have a real impact. They get an opportunity to create solutions that are not only meaningful to the organization that they're working with, but also sometimes provide the opportunity for an entrepreneurial endeavor to take shape. They're building cross-functional teams where they learn about collaboration opportunities, how to manage different personalities, how to challenge themselves as a leader. We provide them access to events. One of the key events that we provide, once a student has been in the studio for a while, they have an opportunity to apply to one of our innovation immersion opportunities. Each year, we take some of our top students to San Francisco. We've engaged with companies like Google, Facebook, Simbi Robotics. We've been to Stanford. We've worked with Asana, Salesforce, and we've had the opportunity to meet product leaders at these companies and ask them real questions about how their work is being handled and the new innovations that they're working on. One of the partners that we've been proudest to engage with, especially not only locally, but within the Silicon Valley space, is Walmart and Sam's Club. Many of their leaders have been so supportive of the Innovation Studio, have provided us access to their problems, their users, to their data, and the ability to really engage and expose ourselves to these opportunities and to grow our experience and knowledge base to help become better leaders. As I mentioned, as a student has been on a design team, they can apply to become a paid project manager. You can be paid as a project manager on the design team and as a product manager on the product teams. Other opportunities within the studio for paid positions come in our creative director and marketing position, our studio manager position, and our graduate assistant position. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, is to get certified. Once students have completed design teams and product teams, they receive a certificate of completion for design thinking, project management, and product management, providing them acceleration opportunities within the career paths that they might be looking for as they proceed outside of the studio. This is a list, but not all, of the partners that we've engaged with over the last couple of years. Some of the best projects that we've worked on are with some of the largest organizations in our country, including Walmart and Sam's Club and JB Hunt. Some of the funnest and most engaging projects also come in some of the local nonprofits that we engage with, like the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank, Partners for Better Housing, and Community Clinic. All of these companies have provided mentors, or what we like to call stakeholders, people that are decision makers within their organization who provide direct access to end users and to knowledge bases that students wouldn't normally get access to by maybe just asking the questions. Kurt Templeton has been a mentor from Walmart within the last couple of years. Kurt now leads various different units at Walmart regarding the Walmart business space. Many of the problems that he's proposed to us and brought to us have been met with creative solutions by several students here at the University of Arkansas and the McMillon Innovation Studio. One of the best aspects of Kurt is that he invaluably provides his time to the students. He meets with the students on a regular basis. He teaches them leadership. He teaches them how to work on a team, but he also provides them access to resources that helps their journey, helps their knowledge base accelerate much more dramatically than the average stakeholder. We couldn't be more thankful to Kurt and other mentors like Kurt that have provided their time to the studio and to the spaces we provide. Food Loops was a company that we worked with several years ago. Tom Rohr, the founder and CEO of that company, was a great mentor and helped engage various students on innovation projects. He brought them into the company. He took them to the recycling facilities, exposed them to the problem, and all of this led to an innovative solution for Food Loops. Amanda Etchegoen, the former chief operating officer at Community Clinic, was another incredible mentor that we had here at the McMillon Innovation Studio. Another person that provided her time and a lot of different opportunities, projects to be able to sponsor with, and exposure to the problems that led creative solutions that are still ongoing today within the studio and the spaces that we provide. We'd like to highlight a few students. All of these have graduated just this last spring, so we're going to miss them dearly in the fall, but we're very proud of them. Amanda Thompson is a product manager today at Walmart. She led 5 different projects within the studio, She was a participant in the Innovation Immersion program, and she was also the studio's first place winner at the Arkansas Governor's Cup several semesters ago with her product team, AdCharta. Braden Culvert, most importantly, led the DiGiorno Pizza Kiosk project this last semester, which developed its own Instagram following here at the University of Arkansas, but more importantly, helped provide an innovation opportunity for the DiGiorno and Nestle team to launch a automated pizza kiosk at the Fulbright Dining Hall that is learning about potential opportunities to scale into other universities across the Southeast region. And Landon Usher, who was a finance and SEBI major as an undergrad, was not only a project manager, but led a product team called Foria for several semesters. And now his journey has taken him to be a product intern at Walmart, but this fall will be joining as a Master's of Science in Product Innovation student here at the University of Arkansas, ultimately capstoning a complete product-led journey here within the innovation space and ultimately into SEBI, which we believe is going to accelerate his career greatly for years to come. We're not immune to our own limits here with the studio. As we've grown, our demand has grown, our student demand has grown, our mentor space has grown. For this next fall, while we are limited to capacity for the projects, we are still seeking sponsors and project sponsors and mentors for the spring semester in spring of 2025. While we have turned several students away from being part of the studio this last year, we're seeking to raise additional funding for the studio and our opportunities in this next academic year to help support the growth of the studio. We're excited to announce that we will be expanding into the second floor of the studio as well, or the space above us, which is going to provide us additional space for workshops, events, and student space to also accelerate their learning opportunities. So what's next for us? We are looking at different ways to expand. While we know we can't serve every single student at the University of Arkansas, we know through different collaboration efforts, additional online programming, expansion of our product teams, and ultimately, one of the best benefits of the studio and the Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation has been working to expand internship programs. So we're looking for additional partners, mentors, sponsors to help us do all of these things. And that leads us to today with this info session. And we want to announce and let people know that if you're interested in being part of the studio, please contact any of us. I serve as the director, Jessica is our associate director, and Jose is our instructional designer here. And we want to be part of your journey, and we hope you be part of our journey.